There's this view, you know it's going to be one of those rant videos, and I just want to talk about what happens when you go against the grain and the haters that come with that. And when I say go against the grain, I don't mean like give everyone the bird or anything like that. Or I just mean like going your own way and doing things that you want to do instead of what everyone else tells you to do. But the thing is, like, what I've noticed is that there's like 6 stages of haters. I feel like I sound like Ty Lopez right now. There's 6 stages of knowledge. Like, that's not what I mean, but there's just a process that these haters go through, and it's just something that I've noticed as I've kind of climbed up through YouTube. I don't think that I'm some famous person or that I'm like this super successful person, and I kind of touched on this in my last video, but I really wanted to like break it down and explain what I've seen. So this could be like going to get a different college major than what your parents want you to do, or going to a code boot camp instead of college, or just learning something on your own. Just anytime you make a major change in your life to be better, you're gonna get a lot of haters. So in this first stage, one of the haters here, this is kind of when people want to see you fail, and that sounds really bad. Everyone's like, maybe they'll give you a thumbs up, but like as soon as you slip up, as soon as you make any mistakes, they're going to throw it right back in your face. Be like, see bro, I told you that was a stupid idea. Or like, look, see, you should just go with what everyone else is doing. This was the right path all along. And so I know it's tempting to just want to be like, just vent and just complain. But I mean, well, now what? You're just complaining, you know? Like, you should just go do work instead. And obviously, you should go hang out with people that have your kind of growth mindset. So stage 2 is when you get your first win, when you get a little momentum, when you're starting to make some progress, and they see that, they'll say it wasn't you. They'll say, you got lucky, you were in the right place at the right time, it was the algorithm that carried you, you know, it was, you must have just applied to the right job at the right time, or, you know, what did you do to convince that client to give you all that money? You know, they'll just dismiss your wins, and they'll just say that you got lucky. When your progress starts to show, and when they can see that difference of who you were to who you are right now, they'll say that's not you. That's not really you. That's not how you are. This actually happened to me when I was married, and she would say things like, that's not you. You don't sound like that. You're not that energetic. That's not the real you. Why are you pronouncing your R's that way? Or why are you saying this word that way? Just little things to poke and prod and just kind of guilt trip you into like making you seem fake, like you're not being true to yourself or something like that. This outro clip right here.
Hi guys, thanks for watching, and if you like that video, be sure to like and subscribe.
I wanted to add my voice to videos because I was so self-conscious of my voice at the time, but now I'm not, because I've done this so many times it doesn't matter anymore. And how do you get better at something? Well, you do it, or you force yourself to do something that's uncomfortable so you can learn and get better and get comfortable with it. A lot of people just say be yourself on camera, or be yourself with people, or be yourself at work, or just be yourself in the interview, whatever it is. When you're nervous doing something, just be yourself. And while that has its place, the whole point of this thing is you're trying to be better than your current self. I see myself in here of who I want to be, and then I look in the mirror and I see myself as who I am. But this was like the closest person to me. This was like my wife that said this to me, and so like this is a person I trusted, I was like all in on, and it just crushed me. It just destroyed me. And you'll never find another World of Warcraft PvP video that I made with my voice in it. I think that's like the only one, because I was just like, okay, yep, this is awkward, it's stupid, I must be bad at this, I'm never gonna do good. And for you, it might be someone close to you. It might be your best friend, it might be your mom, it might be your dad, it might be your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, husband, wife. You just have to know that they can't see what you see up here. They can't see your vision. You're trying to be better, and if they're not, kind of like they project their own insecurities onto you. Another thing that people have a tendency to do in the second stage of the haters and the growth and the progress and all that is that they will dismiss the size of your wins. They'll be like, that's it? That's all you've done? You show them a website that you made because you're trying to learn code, and they're like, really? That's it? That's like nothing. This is just like, I mean, that's cool, I get, you know, they'll just kind of downplay it. Or you go and you get your first freelance client and you tell them how much you made, and they're like, really? That's it? That's not going to pay your bills. What are you going to do next? And in my experience, in my opinion, you got to give yourself credit for every little win that you get. I mean, as Craig would say in one of our videos that we did, is like 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still going forward. It's still progress, and you have to give yourself credit for these things and just ignore the naysayers that haven't made any progress on anything. In my opinion, you should just let the results speak for themselves, and you shouldn't be trying to, like, of course you want to show your wins, of course you want to be proud of what you've done, but let the results speak for what you can do. So that brings me on to the third stage of the hater. They'll want to know your secret. They'll want to know how you did it. You know, what was that one thing that you did, as if you just did one thing, where in reality, all of us At least I like to think that all of us that do succeed have put in a whole bunch of hard work, and like I would say like 90% of that hard work failed, and then that last 10% was actually what kind of made sense, and then we started making progress. And so we didn't do one thing, we did 100 things, and only one of those things kind of worked. And then we tried to do that one thing that kind of worked again, and it didn't work. And you're like, wait, what? Hold on a minute. It worked the first time, but it didn't work again. Wait, hold on. So you do it again, and you fail until you win, until you get to that Thomas Edison level. Like, that's my goal. I don't want to fail as much as Thomas Edison, but I kind of do because I want to learn, and that's the only way you learn. So when you do start getting those bigger wins and those bigger moments that kind of make people open their eyes, and they're like, oh wait, hold on, wait, what's going on with this guy again? They'll want to know that one trick, just that one thing, that you did. Doctors hate him. Try this tonight. 6 inches in 3 weeks. Like, they'll want to know whatever like your secret is. Like, you didn't work for it. So this is when it starts to get really good. We move on to the 4th stage of the hater here, and you've been successful, and you're kind of just making your own way now, and you're kind of used to the hate, and you're used to these doubters and naysayers and whatever it is. They'll come back and they'll claim that they've been your biggest fan all along. They always believed in you, and they always supported you, and they weren't doubting you, they weren't hating on you, they were just looking out for you, and they were just being honest like a good friend. And when you read those messages, it'll be hard to like not laugh, because you'll be like, really? Okay, well then why did you just ghost me and you stopped talking to me? So moving on to the 5th stage of the hater here, they start to get mad and they start to get salty because you're inevitably ignoring them. People start saying, you think you're too good for us now. You're different. You've changed. Like the whole point of this was to not change and be better. Well, duh, I'm different now. Of course I am. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be not who I was that back then. They'll guilt trip you. Oh, I wish we could just go back to the good old days. And like, yeah, maybe a little bit of nostalgia there, but if you're one of these people and you see yourself in here and then you see yourself in the mirror, and when it doesn't match up, it's not fun. At least for me, when I see myself in the mirror and I see who I want to be in my head, I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? And as long as I'm working towards that goal, I'm happy. But if I'm just sitting and I'm stagnating, I'm not happy. And I don't know why you should get guilt tripped for that. Yeah, okay, whatever, you're used to getting haters and doubters and whatever it is at this point. And they'll start to say things like, man, I wish I could have done what you did. Like, do you think that you could like help me out? Like, do you think that you could, show me what you did? And that's up to you if you want to go do it. And that's been the cycle of the haters. At first, they doubt, and then you got lucky, and they question you, and they dismiss your wins, and you let the success go to your head, and then all of a sudden, they just want to be your best friend, and they'll do anything because they're so inspired by what you did. And it's just really comes full circle. The thing about this process is that you might burn some bridges. You might lose some people that are close to you. Me specifically, I had a girlfriend for like 4 years, and she's like, I'm just unhappy you work so much. I was like, look, I told you this is my thing, this is what makes me happy. I still spend time with you. Look, I'm gonna have to work a lot more now so that later in life I can go live how I want to, and I'm working for the dream that I want to achieve. And so she didn't understand that, and she's just unhappy, moved out. No more girlfriend. Friends might be like, all you do is work, and to their eyes, it's work, but to you, it's a labor of love. And how could you just keep doing something all the time that, yeah, you might not love it all the time, but you got to do it because it's what you want to do. It's going to take you where you want to go. And a lot of people are they're kind of going to fade away, and they might come back as haters. They might come back as friends later, or you might go connect with them. But it's kind of a lonely road, to be honest. I mean, that's why you got to find people that really line up with you. You guys watching this video, you guys in the comments, I will never say, no, you cannot do that. No, that's a stupid idea. I'm not going to be a naysayer because I've had enough of those in my life as it is. I might say this is a practical idea or this isn't a practical idea, but that's not for me to decide if I want to go do it or not. I'm not going to be like, impossible. You know how many people have said, that's impossible, that's stupid. YouTube is just a dopamine addiction for whenever you post videos to get comments and likes, like people on Instagram, and you're just addicted to YouTube. And I'm like, no, I like making content and creating, but they don't understand, right? These people can't see what you see up here. Anyways, guys, that's this video. Don't let the haters get you down. I know it can be tempting. I know it can be lonely. Trust me, I've been there. I am there, like I don't go hang out with people all the time, but keep going. You can do it. Hope you guys have a good Friday. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Maybe click subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.